Hello students, let us continue the session on triangles. Today we will discuss exercise 6.3. The first question is, in triangle PQR, PR square minus PO square is equal to, it's not PO square, it's PQ square equal to QR square, and M is a point on the side PR such that OM is perpendicular to PR. It's not OM again, it's QM perpendicular to PR. Prove that QM square equal to PM into MR. I'll draw a figure connecting this question. It's triangle PQR. From point Q, there is a line QM drawn perpendicular to PR. Let me mention this angle as 1, 2 and this as 3. Since they have given, since PR square minus PQ square equal to QR square, I can rewrite it as PR square equal to QR square plus PQ square. If you observe, these are the three sides and it satisfies Pythagoras theorem. This implies that triangle PQR is right triangle. In this triangle, we have got PR is hypotenuse. We need to prove QM square equal to PM multiplied to MR. Let me consider the proof part. I'll consider the triangle PQR. In this triangle, we have angle Q equal to 90 degree by converse of Pythagoras theorem. In triangle QMP and triangle QMR, if I consider QMR and QMP, we have got angle 1 equal to angle 2, both equal to 90 degrees, and angle 3 is nothing but 90 degree minus angle R. This is same as angle P. When these two angles are equal, two pair of angles are equal, I can say that triangle QMR is similar to the triangle QMP. If these two triangles are similar to each other, the corresponding sides are in proportion. PQ by QR will become equal to PM by QM. This is equal to QM by RM. Now I'll consider only this part. Now if you do cross multiplication, we get QM square equal to PM multiplied to RM. Hence we have proved it. Second question. Find the value of X for which DE is parallel to AB. Since DE is parallel to AB, we have the ratio of the sides. I can write AD upon DC will become equal to B upon EC. The sides will be in proportion by Thales theorem. So 3x plus 19, which is the side AD, divided by the side DC is x plus 3. This will be equal to BE, which is 3x plus 4 upon EC, which is x. Now to simplify this, we need to cross multiply. So x is multiplied to 3x plus 19 and x plus 3 is multiplied to 3x plus 4. We need to simplify this. We'll multiply x to both these terms, 3x square plus 19x. We get x multiplied to 3x is 3x square, x multiplied to 4 is 4x plus 9x plus 12. This has to be further simplified. We get 3x square getting cancelled 19x minus 9x will become 10x minus 4x will become 6x. 6x will be equal to positive 12 and the value of x is 2. Question number 3. In the given figure 6.9, angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. Triangle NSQ is congruent to triangle MTR. We need to prove that triangle PTS is similar to triangle PRQ. PTS similar to PRQ. To do that, we have to get one of the criteria for similarity. Since in the given triangle PQR, point S is on PQ and T is on PR. They have given angle 1 equal to angle 2, and they have also given that the triangle NSQ is congruent to the triangle MTR. Whenever the two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts are equal, we can say that SQ will be equal to TR, angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, and the reason for SQ equal to TR is it is CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. Since angle 1 and angle 2 are equal, the side opposite will be equal, that is PS equal to PT. This is because consider the ratio PT upon TR equal to PS upon SQ, the ratio will be equal. Now I'll take the ratio PS upon SQ equal to PT upon TR. From these two equations, I have got this result. Therefore, when the sides are divided in equal ratio, I can say that ST is parallel to QR. Now consider the triangles PTS and triangle PRQ. We have got ST parallel to QR, which means angle 1 will be equal to, if I mention this as angle 3, for simplification I am mentioning it as angle 3 and this as angle 4, angle 2 will be equal to angle 4. These two are corresponding angles. Therefore, in these two triangles, we have got two pairs of angles equal, so the triangles are similar to each other by AA similarity. Question number 4. Diagonals of the trapezium PQRS intersect each other at point O. So it's a trapezium in which PQ is parallel to RS. So I'll consider PQ parallel to RS. The diagonals PR and SQ, they are intersected at point O. Further, they have given that PQ is 3 times of RS. Find the ratio of areas of the triangles POQ and ROS. You just observe these two triangles POQ and ROS. We can say that these two angles are equal by alternate angles. These two angles are also equal. If I name this as 1, 2, 3 and 4, I can say in triangle POQ and ROS, in these two triangles, angle 1 equal to angle 3, angle 2 equal to angle 4. These two are the pair of alternate angles. Whenever two pair of angles are equal, I can say the triangles are similar to each other. Since the triangles are similar by AA similarity, I can consider there a ratio of the areas. So area of triangle POQ upon the area of triangle ROS will be equal to square of the corresponding sides PQ square upon SR square. So, but they have given that PQ length is 3 times of SR. It is given. So by substituting, we get area of triangle POQ upon area of triangle ROS as this is 3 times of SR upon SR whole square. So we get the ratio as 9:1. Question number 5. In the figure 6.10, AB is parallel to DC. So it's a trapezium. PQ intersect AC at point O. Prove that the product OC into AP equal to OA into CQ. I'll consider the triangles in triangle POPA and triangle OQC. If I consider these two triangles, what I observe is this angle will be equal to this angle. If I name this as 1, this as 2, this angle as 3, and this angle as 4, angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, angle 3 will be equal to angle 4. These becomes alternate angles since AB is parallel to DC. So the pair of angles are equal, the triangles will become similar by AA similarity. Since the triangles are similar, I can consider the ratio of their sides OQ upon OP will be equal to OC upon OA, which will be equal to QC upon PA. When OA is multiplied to QC, we get PA multiplied to OC. I'll consider only this part. From this, OA multiplied to QC will become OC multiplied to AP. Hence proved. We need to identify which triangles to consider and consider the similarity. I'll take up question number 6. Find the altitude of an equilateral triangle of side 8 cm. We all have learned Pythagoras theorem. We need to make use of Pythagoras theorem. It's an equilateral triangle, so all sides are equal to 8 cm. Now if you consider altitude, it acts as a median. So from year to year, the length becomes 4 units. So we need to find the length of H. Observe, if I name this as ABC and altitude as AD, AD is perpendicular to BC, it's an altitude. If you consider the triangle ADC, we have AD square equal to BD square plus DC square. So BD square will be equal to AD square minus, sorry, this is not correct. I need to consider the triangle ADC. Let me wipe it off. Square on the hypotenuse will be AC square, which will be equal to AD square plus DC square. So AD square is nothing but H square equal to AC square minus DC square. So 8 square minus 4 square. A square minus B square is A plus B multiplied to A minus B. 8 plus 4 is 12 multiplied 4, nothing but 48. This will be the length of hypotenuse altitude square. So altitude will be root of 48, which is 16 3 times, so 4 root 3. So 4 root 3 centimeter will be the height of the triangle, nothing but altitude of the triangle. Question number 7. In the 7th question, they are given two similar triangles ABC and DEF, and they have mentioned the lengths of the triangles. If I name the triangle as ABC, they have given the length of AB is 4 centimeter. The length of other sides are not given of this triangle, but the other triangles DEF, the lengths are mentioned. DE is 6 centimeter, EF is 9 centimeter, and FD is 12 centimeter. Since the triangle ABC is similar to the triangle DEF, I can say that the corresponding sides are in proportion. AB by DE will become equal to AC upon DF. This will be equal to BC upon EF. Now, whatever the lengths are there, I will substitute. AB is 4, DE is 6, AC is not known, DF is 12, BC is not known, and EF is 9. Now if you consider AC equal to this part, AC will become equal to 12 multiplied to 4 divided by 6, nothing but 8 centimeter, and the length of BC will be 4 multiplied to 9 divided by 6, nothing but 6 centimeter. Therefore, perimeter of triangle ABC will be the sum of AB plus BC plus CA, which is 4 plus 6 plus 8, nothing but 18 centimeter. This will be the perimeter. Question number 8. In the figure 6.11, DE is parallel to BC. Find the ratio of the triangle's area ADE upon area of DECB. DECB is a quadrilateral here. We need to find the area of this quadrilateral. What is known to us whenever the triangle is divided by a line DE parallel to the side BC, we get alternate angles, corresponding angles equal. These two angles will become equal. Same way these two angles will become equal. So I can say that the triangle ADE will become similar to the triangle ABC. Since we have angle 1 equal to angle 2, angle 3 equal to angle 4, these are corresponding angles. This is by AA similarity. Whenever the triangles are similar, I can consider the area of those triangles ADE upon area of triangle ABC. This will be DE upon BC whole square. What is area of triangle ABC? Area of triangle ABC is nothing but the sum of the areas of these two parts. So instead of triangle ABC, I'll change this now into area of triangle ADE plus the area of quadrilateral DECB. This will be equal to, the sides are known, BC is 12 and DE is 6 whole square. Now if I consider the reciprocal of it, I get it as area of ADE plus the area of quadrilateral DECB upon area of triangle ADE equal to 1 by 4. Now if you split it, we get 1 added to area of quadrilateral DECB upon area of triangle ADE equal to 1 by 4. Reciprocal is 4, sorry, 4 by 1, nothing but 4. This is 4. So now if you do area of ADE upon the area of DECB, we will be getting 1:3, because 1 is transposed this side, it becomes 3. The ratio becomes 1:3. With this, we will end today's session. The remaining questions of exercise 6.3 we shall see in the next session. Thank you.